Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond Your Knowledge. So now we are going to do a short video about the acid fat stain. Okay, so this is that we're going to study. So acid fat stain. And before we continue, I would like to share with you Romans 5:17, and then Romans 5:17 says that for if because of one man trespass death reigned through that one man, much more will those who receive the abundance of grace and the free gift of righteousness reign in life through the one man, Jesus Christ. So basically, yes, through Jesus Christ we can receive eternal life. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and let's just now learn some more here about acid fast stain. So before we continue, it is important that we keep in mind that there are two bacteria, or one bacteria and then the other is the different species. So one is called micobacteria. So I'm going to use this in blue that we can just continue with the same pattern. So one is called Mycobacterium, and then the other, it is a nocardia species. Okay, so both need the acid fat stain. Okay, now how we're going to do the acid fat stain? So it is an easy process. Okay, so the process for those, it is as follows. So you're going to apply aniline dye. So you're going to apply an aniline dye, but you ask, okay, but what kind of aniline dye I'm going to apply? So we are going to apply which is called the carbofuscin. Okay, so spell as follows. So CARBOLFUCIN, carbofuscin. Okay, and then you apply this. Now you get some color, and then we're going to apply alcohol. Okay, then we're going to apply alcohol. So to what? To decolorize. So this is alcohol is used for decolorize, and also so one thing to this, and with that, so we can detect if the microorganism it is acid fast. Okay, so but let me just, so basically this is the big picture. Let me just now explain a little bit more deep, that we can have the concept in our mind. Well, so you put the aniline dye, carbofuscin, and then after that, so the dye should be red color, and then what's going to do, this red color is going to penetrate the bacterial cell wall. So now we're going to penetrate the bacterial cell wall, and then one time penetrates the bacterial cell wall, so it's going to bind to the mycolic acid. Okay, so it's going to bind here to the mycolic acid, and yeah, so with that in mind, so we can continue. So then do you remember that you have this in a slide? So the slide is going to be treated with the alcohol that I mentioned before, or also could be hydrochloric acid. Okay, so now one time does that, so what does the acid going to do? So this acid, so this acid, so the alcohol or the hydrochloric acid, so it's going to basically remove, or it's going to dissolve. So it's going to dissolve the outer cell membrane of non-tuberculous bacteria, but the presence of those mycolic acid prevents the colorization of the mycobacteria, which is this one that we are talking right now here, this one. Okay, and then so after that, we can apply another dye, which is for example methylene blue, and then methylene blue, and this one, it is for this methylene blue, it is going to be you remember that the bacteria were decolorized because we remove it with the hydrochloric acid and alcohol. So now when we put this for this counter stain, for example, this counter stain, which is a methylene blue, is going to it's going to be taken up by this bacteria, but that was decolorized. And then as the results, so as the result of the carbofuchsin acid fast, and the carbofuchsin, remember, was the first one that we put here. So the carbofuchsin acid fast stain is going to produce the red micobacteria, which is an initial stain, and then blue and non-acid fast bacteria. Okay, so in a few words, so let's just say here in a few words, so I'm going to do this box here. So the one that is going to use carbofuchsin is going to be the acid fast bacteria, and this is with carbofuchsin. I'm going to, okay, so carbofuchsin 3 points there, and the one that it is non acid fast is going to be blue. Okay, so this one is going to be red acid fast, and then the other is going to be blue, which is the non-acid fast. And don't forget that this red is going to be this is basically the initial stain. Okay, so I think that with that in mind, so we can move on. So, but what about nocardia species? Well, nocardia species, just remember that nocardia, it is a gram-positive bacteria. Okay, and also it is a rod, and this one contains mycolic acid in its wall. So, and then because the nocardia contain or have the has less mycolic acid than the micobacteria, nocardia then is going to be more weakly acid fast. Okay, so basically it's going to be still being acid fast, but it's going to be more weakly. Why? Because contain less mycolic acid. So between both of those so now last question, so between those two, so which one contains more mycolic acid? So it is micobacteria. Okay, and which one contains less and less? So it's going to be the nocardia. Okay, so and with that in mind, so we can know which one is going to has more is going to have more colors and all those things. So thank you so much for watching, and remember that we can do all things through Jesus Christ. God bless.